Today is August 11th, 1945. Good evening. It's Stalin here today, and with us we have the leader of our great nation, General Secretary Stalin. So, what would you say is the situation of the Second World War?
Well, the great picture of the war is over. Berlin was surrounded by the Allies in May. Hitler is out of the picture, and Germany has surrendered. The recent atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki by the U.S. have not only been detrimental to the Japanese military and government, but they have also showcased the U.S.'s strength.
I see. So, have you any comments on this project the U.S. has been working on that will be so effective?
I predict it will usher in a new age of military affairs in which soldiers and arms alone will not be sufficient to defeat world power. Additionally, our scientists have been working on an atomic bomb project of our very own, though our success is not as nearly great.
Awesome. Could we recap some points in the war that have occurred thus far and receive your thoughts on each matter?
Where shall I begin?
I believe that at the start of the war, Russia claimed neutrality with Germany.
That is true. On August 1939, the Soviet Union and Germany signed the Soviet Non-Aggression Pact under our diplomats Vyacheslav Molotov and the German politician Joachim von Ribbentrop. This pact was planned to expire in a decade, but to no one's surprise, the Nazis invaded our motherland in June 1941. It was simply a race of who could militarize faster to attack the other.
Interesting. So, what happened during this time period?
Honoring the treaty, we launched a joint attack on Poland along with Germany and gained half of the land. In 1940, we fought the winter war against Finland, resulting in the Moscow Peace Treaty, where we gained ceded territories from them.
I believe during this time, the Nazis achieved numerous victories throughout Western Europe, but were ultimately defeated at Britain. I'm sure all viewers know what is next.
Indeed, the Germans launched Operation Barbarossa, pushing back our borders and claiming many of our great cities in the process, such as Leningrad. However, my faith did not win.
Yes, but their stay was way too long to last. Mother Russia, when she spirit emerged.
The Battle of Moscow, the turning point in the war. After the battle, the Nazis looked to overtake Stalingrad. The city bearing my name simply could not fall. I ordered Commander Zhukov and the armies to stand their ground and not look back. In the end, our defensive barricades were too much for the Sukas. Along with a harsh winter and their failure to resupply the troops, we held out in Stalingrad. Even in the Battle of Kursk, we pushed the Nazis back and reclaimed more territory.
That is the might of the Soviet Union for them. So, what is to become of Germany?
During the Potsdam Conference, myself, British Prime Minister Churchill, and U.S. President Truman agreed to the disarmament and demilitarization of Germany. The state would be split into 4 occupation zones. Each of the 3 powers would control one zone, while the 4th would be given to France, southwest. In addition, this meeting was when President Truman first brought to attention their secret weapon of mass destruction, of which I believe.
Great leader. So, why do you share your thoughts on the civic theater and the situation in Japan?
As you may well know, Soviet troops invaded Manchuria just 2 days ago. The outcome looks to be in our favor, and my declaration of war on Japan during the Tehran and Yalta conferences will be considerable for Japan's surrender.
Well, that brings us back to modern day. Thank you to Mr. Stalin for joining us on the Red Phone.
It was my pleasure. Comment.